This is how I've been harvesting my tomatoes in a shirt. But I'm going to show you what I do with these tomatoes that got too much water and split. You can see there's one in there. We save them for seeds. And this is my first year figuring out how to save seeds from tomatoes. And I'm going to show you how I do it. If I had two hands, I would do it differently, I swear. But you're going to just squish all of the seeds out of there. And you don't want to get too much pulp. But you want all the juicy... Oh, see, look at them just flowing out. Gross. Okay, so you're getting all the juice, all the seeds. No pulp, no pulp. Okay, and this is another one of the same tomatoes. You're not going to want to mix your seeds. Like, this is the same variety. All of these are just like red fist-sized tomatoes. So we're just going to keep all of those together. And I do have aroma here that I'm going to save seeds from. I'm going to do the same thing. Let's just get all of these ones done first. And then once they've fermented, like let's say 2 or 3 days, we're going to pour a little bit of water in there. And we're going to let it continue fermenting with a little bit of water. And we're going to wait a day. And then it's slowly going to separate. So I'll show you the process. But what we're going to end up with is something like this. These are the seeds, the fist, red fist, that I have already tested and dried. They're on a plate. I have some other varieties like the Roma, some dwarf cherry. We have some dwarf cherry in my AeroGardens that are looking really, really sad right now, really crusty. But I'm more concerned about just saving seeds than anything right now. And in here is my test. So I have planted one of each variety of the seeds that I have dried and saved so far. So we'll see if they're viable. Okay, so it's been a few days. You can see the fruit flies have gotten into my tomatoes. That's fine. My tomato seeds. Oh, a science experiment. Okay, ooh, that's stinky. All right, so what we're gonna do, oh my, I left them too long. We're going to put the fist tomatoes, which were these ones. We're going to take these guys and we're going to pour them in there. Then we're going to add water to this. Do its thing. I'm going to add water to the other containers as well. And then the seeds will separate. It's already happening here. You can see the seeds and the tomato flesh will separate, and throughout the course of the day, I will come through and just like do this. So you can see all the seeds are staying at the bottom, but there's still a lot of flesh, like a lot of red. So to get rid of that, we just need to keep doing this little dance of water soaking and whatnot. So these are the fist size tomatoes. Let's keep that guy labeled. And then I'm going to do the same to these two. We're going to just add water and put the lids back on and put them over there. And we're going to rinse them a couple times throughout the day. So after soaking and rinsing a few times and just like pouring off this top layer, you'll see the seeds always stay at the bottom, and then filling that up with water. If you just keep doing that, the seeds get cleaner and cleaner. So you can see these guys still have some schmutz on them. These guys are getting there. But if you keep just doing the process, and I wouldn't really worry about any of the floating seeds. The floating seeds mean the seeds are no good. Seeds are generally going to sink to the bottom. The good ones. You see these guys here sunk to the bottom. These guys are almost ready to be dried. These guys also, sorry, I have terrible camera skills. And then these guys you can see are not ready. These will clean up a whole bunch more. Here, let's rinse them out again, see if we can. So you can see kind of the pulp there coming off the top layer. That's all I've been doing with these. Seeds get left behind, right? So that's all I've been doing. We're gonna just do that a bunch until their time to dry comes, which is getting closer and closer. You can see how clear things are getting. I'm doing one final rinse. I think this is as good as it's gonna get. And then we're going to put them on this on the back of these to dry out. Make sure we label them. I feel like I've said that a million times in this video. It's very important. I've already messed this up. Now these are just going to hang out on these rubber lids. I like using these rubber lids so the seeds don't stick when they dry. They kind of peel off there really nicely instead of using like a plate or a paper towel. And they'll dry out and become seeds for future tomato plants. Speaking of future tomato plants, I took some of the seeds we dried and I popped them in dirt, and it looks like it was a success. So this was actually my first time successfully saving tomato seeds, and hopefully this helps you figure out how to save tomato seeds. I was a bad girl and I didn't label these seedlings, but it doesn't matter. They're gonna go outside into the greenhouse. It's a little late for these tiny little starters, but we needed to make sure that the seeds were viable. If you look at the seeds, they are all completely dried. This guy is like in one massive clump. I'm gonna have to break him apart a little bit. And I'm going to put everybody in their own little baggies. I like keeping these silica gel packs from, like, if you buy shoes, sometimes it's in purses or whatever. It helps keep the seeds in here dry, takes out any of the extra moisture, but you want to make sure they are 100% dry before you stick them in a bag like that, because any moisture is going to be very bad. A lot of these seeds will be used for new plants this upcoming spring. And I will be trading some of these seeds, mailing them out to strangers who I find on Facebook. I'm part of a Facebook group called Canadian Seed Exchange, and I will probably end up posting these sometime in the new year on the page and see if anybody wants to trade some different tomato varieties with me. And that's a really great way to save money on seeds if you don't have a big budget for buying seed packs, even though seed packs are generally inexpensive, a couple dollars. If you don't want to do that, you can always save your own seeds and find people to trade with. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you learned anything in the comments below.